Hello everybody and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. Today we are going to hopefully encounter this, the memorial service that's going to be put on for Thane. And this is something that is very important to me because I feel like as soon as I saw this I just got like peaceful. Like maybe this is just too much. I don't know. I feel like kind of like, I don't know if lost is the right word. It's kind of like a melodramatic word. But I just kind of felt like I was like drifting, I guess, like me and or Shepard, whatever, you know, with that, like, I feel like I didn't jump into this relationship with Thane on a whim, which is why I keep putting off Kaiden's thing, and I think I've come to a decision on that as well, but, I also wanted to read this one more time before I went. I did think it was interesting that the Asari counselor mentioned that I'm a ray of hope in this dark time, and it reminded me of this letter from Thane. I don't know what's gonna happen, but at least, hopefully, it's gonna be something, you know? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. A memorial service. It's interesting that he kept calling it a human thing when it was the, you know, alien council that called it, but... I suppose Israel don't have memorial services. As far as I'm aware, to get this to trigger, you have to go to your apartment, and there will be a new batch of people you can invite up or something, and you have to talk to him or something. Or maybe just, like, find him on the strip. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have to find him on the strip. There were conflicting accounts. But I was determined to find it. But I was reading everything with, like, half-closed eyes. I was like, spoilers, And... oh, I could do that thing with Cortez. Let's go check the apartment. You know, last time, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to upload the video I did where I was running around trying to trigger stuff. There was one video that I actually recorded where I was running around trying to trigger stuff, and then I spent like an hour and a half outside of that, just like, I mean, like speed running through like certain parts, like going back and forth to different saves, trying to figure out if I should try things before I send the invites or after. And I was like, I wonder if I do the Leviathan, if I do like part of the Leviathan, because it's one of the only main missions I have left, because I purposefully did everything else so that I could come to the Citadel and not have anything hanging over my head. I wonder, and that was the only thing I didn't do. And it was like midnight last night, and I was like, or whenever, and like, I was like, I need to go to bed, I have to work in like 3 hours. 4 hours. I had to work in 4 hours. Oh, everything's changed back. Why did the furniture all change back? Gosh dang it. I don't like those wheelie chairs. That's gotta go. Standard. No, wait. Yes. No. Yes. Because that, for some reason, might. No. Okay, it doesn't. Why did everything change back? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. There's not a whole lot of difference. This was confusing. This was like a squad thing. You like never look at that, right? Turns out it's the invite up button, which we've known from the other thing, but that's not Kolyat, that's Thane. That's Thane. Kolyat's bluer. And he has like bigger lips. Okay, here it goes. Let's see what this is all about.
We are gathered here to honor the life of Thane Krios. Thane touched each of our lives in different ways. The Counselor knew him as a hero. The Normandy's crew knew him as a brother in arms. And others, as a father devoted to his son. Though his life took him to very dark places, Thane cared for the better angels of our nature. He once said that he first felt love for his wife when she stepped in front of an assassin to save someone she didn't even know. And when he knew his death was close, he chose to die doing nearly the same thing. Also for someone he didn't even know. Just as he loved his wife for it, I still love him for it. And I don't think that will ever change. Would anyone else like to speak?
What I remember about Thane was his confidence. He told me once about how he remembered everything, even every mistake he made. If I did that, I'd be a nervous wreck. Thane kept it under control.
It's strange, but the last word I'd label Thane with is assassin. And we covered each other in firefights. That makes him a partner.
Thane's last stand was important. But let us also remember why Thane left the Normandy. To keep his son away from a life of crime. Deeds such as these do not go unnoticed by the universe. They echo in all who hear them. That is why I am here.
Thane took himself seriously, a trait with which I did not always agree. I tried to make him laugh on several occasions. But what I interpreted as a lack of humor was masking a great effort. Thane was turning his life around, in a way few organics do.
The day Thane came onto the Normandy, all Kelly and I knew about him was that he could probably kill us all with a ballpoint pen. But after you got to know him, there wasn't any reason to be afraid. He let you know where you stood. Kolyat, do you,
When I was little, I thought my father had it all figured out. He said men must be loyal to their friends and dangerous to their enemies. But when he prevented me from hurting someone, he had changed. He said enemies and ego are not as important as loved ones. I didn't want to hear it. I was lost. I called him a hypocrite in 1,000 different ways. Said that he was going soft. Now, I think maybe he did have it all figured out. That's all I can say. If anyone would like to continue, we'll be here.
Looks like people are starting to clear out.
Commander, thank you for holding this event. In time, it will be a good memory.
I don't know if I'll be as philosophical about it. It's still kind of raw.
I understand. If you will excuse me, I should take this opportunity to speak with the counselor.
About what?
He is feeling grateful, and I want to point out there are some Solarian biologists who need funding. If anyone would be able to create a breakthrough in the treatment of Kepral syndrome, it would be them.
If you need someone to hold the counselor's feet to a fire, I'm there.
I appreciate the offer, but Counselor Valorn has recently orated about funding science during wartime. My odds are good. Oh, before I go, I was organizing my father's possessions, and I came upon copies of video messages he tried to send you. I sent them to your extranet address. I hope they help, more than they hurt. Until we meet again, Commander.
My couches are back. Does one access these? Sorry. Just, I'm not sure exactly where the videos are at, but... Oh. Okay. Here it goes.
Sia, I've thought over what you said. And in retrospect, I think leaving the Normandy was for the best. It was saddening to see our crew go their separate ways. But it is better than answering questions in an Alliance interrogation room. I hope this message finds you well. As for me, I have moved into an apartment on the Citadel not far from Kolyat. I think the first attack I had frightened him. Perhaps I shouldn't have said that. I don't want you to worry or feel guilty that you are not with me. Just face it bravely. I know you are good at that. I love you. I hope the Alliance listens. Keep in touch.
Now I feel bad that I couldn't talk to him while I was under guard or whatever.
Shepard, if you sent a message back, I didn't get it. I suppose communications from someone of my reputation would be restricted. The irony is, I am a danger to no one these days. I am even paying taxes on my investments. I can't expect Kolyat to do so if I don't. He is doing better. He has no significant other, and he is temperamental, but he is employed and staying out of crime. I can tell he is serious about changing. It has cost him more than a few friends. Send something back if you can, Shepard. I can only learn so much from news reports about you.
How does she feel, you know? It's like, she, me, whatever. Like, I feel horrible. It's like a guy texting you and you don't respond or something, you know? I don't know.
I have tried a false identity to try to get this message through to you. We'll see if it works. I have good news and bad. The good news is that Kolyat and I took a few days to visit Earth.
Light the shape of her eyes. Shrill sound of chirping stops. I scan the ground. See two tiny bodies locked by claws.
Excuse me. As I was saying, we saw a beautiful sunset in New Mexico, and a scorpion eating a cricket. I wish you could have joined us. The bad news is, I fainted and struck my head. Kolyat has convinced me to stay at Huerta Memorial on the Citadel. I will be there from now on. I still don't want to die in a hospital, but it's where the doctors are. And Kolyat. I love him. That means I must trust him. Goodbye, Shepard. Let me say that now, in case I cannot later.
I was worried that he wasn't able to see a desert before he died. Because we had, like, I was thinking the other day about, you know, like, we kept, you know, in Mass Effect 2, you talk about, oh, yeah, let's go on a vacation after this. You know, we deserve it. Let's go. He's like, and he says that he wants to see a desert. And I was very sad that we didn't get to do that. I'm glad he got to, but I wish I could have gone too.
Sia, I have prepared emails, sent videos, even composed paper letters. I know this will not reach you, but it must be said. I once had no reason to live. Then suddenly, I had two. You and Kolyat. Circumstances keep us apart, so Kolyat takes much of my time, but I don't know if it's obvious to humans.
Fist slams the table. She comes to me, fingers cool and soothing. Thane, be alive with me tonight.
I cannot forget you. That is what humans say. With us, it is a state called Tufira. Lost in another. It can consume us. In case you are in the same pain, I want to say, you have only made my life better. You gave me you, Kolyat. Even the Omega-4 relay made me feel purposeful. We are alive, Sia. And when we are not, I will meet you across the sea.
I can watch them whenever I want, apparently. I'm glad, though, that she had tears. I'm glad to know that I don't know. I guess it wasn't just me. I don't know. It's nice to see the emotional reaction on her face, even if it was just a little bit, even with the first message. And I hope that can stay there. Relationships. Kind of just want to like lay on the bed and cry, you know? Or not even cry, I don't know, just lay there and think about things. Or not think about things, I don't know. Shepard's stronger than I am, though. Oh, I'd go hop in the hot tub, that's what I would do. No, I'd wrap up in my huge comforter and make a pillow fort and never come out. Duty calls. Beautiful though. Like, no, I feel like, yeah, I feel like words aren't, it's just gonna kind of ruin it, but that's kind of why I'm not, now I'm kind of ruining it, but, by talking, but, I love this game, this series. What does somebody do after hearing something like that? I feel like I'd wrap up in a pillow fort, but
so can we expect?
But maybe Shepard would just take a walk, you know? Just kind of feeling the life stream around you. Not really like you're a part of it, but you're not. You're a part of it, but you're not. I don't know. You're there and you're not. I guess a place like this can help remind you what you're fighting for. Like, I know it's a casino and an arena and stuff, but like, these are the people that you're fighting to protect, you know, those and everybody else. And the people that you love and the people like your close friends, but here she can kind of maybe lose herself for just, not like lose herself, but just kind of breathe for a while and just relax in a way. I don't know. Maybe we should go talk to Cortez.
Looks exactly the same as the others.
Yeah, I think of all people right now, I'd want to talk to Cortez. If I have to talk to anybody at all. Yeah, let's talk to Cortez. I don't know, he probably won't comment on this, but... The Kodiak.
Welcome aboard, Shepard.
So where are we going?
Activating external cameras.
Wow.
I didn't know this shuttle had virtual windows.
Bet there's more you don't know about this bird.
What's that supposed to mean?
Before Mass Effect fields, there was no such thing as inertial dampeners.
Yeah?
Here, feel this.
Whoa.
That, my friend, is unadulterated momentum. Want to really feel it?
Yeah.
Show me.
Like a roller coaster?
You see? It doesn't take much to pull a few G's. Back in the day, pilots would wear G-suits. It squeezes your body so that the blood stays in your head in tight maneuvers. I'd wear a G-suit when flying my Trident. In a fighter, it's common to transfer power from the inertial dampeners to other systems.
You miss flying fighters? Can't imagine you're too thrilled to be flying a shuttle.
Hell no. I'm not just any shuttle pilot. I'm your shuttle pilot. Wouldn't have it any other way. When you're on the ground, weapon in hand, you're invincible. But when we're approaching an LZ, you're just another soldier. Vulnerable. Nothing you can do if we're shot down. Getting you to the ground alive is a responsibility I wouldn't trust to anyone
Baby
else.
Joker. No, Cortez, you got my back.
I'm fortunate to have you, Steve.
Anytime, Shepard.
That was good. That was fun. A little bit of excitement. Remind you of the people that you've got with you right now. Well, let's go see really quick. I want to see if the flowers are still there. Also, there is one more thing we should probably do in this episode. Before I forget. And it's something that I actually spent a lot of time thinking about today. It kind of, throughout the past couple of weeks, really, but especially last night and today, it just kind of came to a conclusion. I'll tell you about it when we're on our way. You might already know. Oh man. I was hoping they'd still be there. I wonder if I had a PC, if I could like make a mod or something. Yeah, looks like the videos are gone too. That's okay. I've got the letter, and that's what's most important to me at this point. Kind of wish you could, like, have a little bit more freedom. I don't know, it'd be nice to be able to keep the flowers there in the picture. I would love to have a picture of him, just like in the captain's cabin or something. You know how in Mass Effect 2, there's a picture of the person you romance in your cabin, and I remember when I started romancing Thane, I was like the third conversation I had with him. I went up to my cabin afterwards at some point in time and noticed that the picture of Kaiden was turned down, face down. So you couldn't see his face anymore, you just saw like the back of the picture frame. And I thought that was a brilliant touch, honestly. And I'm not sure if that would have been the way it was anyway, like even if I hadn't romanced anybody, because Kaiden does say, he's like, can't handle this right now, or whatever, But I'm pretty sure that we did that and the picture was still up. And it wasn't until I talked to Thane a couple times and after like things got established, I think, with him, that the picture was put down, laid fit, not like harsh or cruel, just like somebody had just reached over and laid it gently on, face down. And in a way, I'm about to continue that, because as you all are you guys know, I've been very finicky on setting this in stone or not with Kaiden. But every time I think, yeah, I'll just go do it, just for the heck of it, just for a romance line to have in the story, I just stop. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm like, I don't know, and I'm always like, I don't know, but... And I'm like, you know what? For one thing, the thing with Thane wasn't a fling. It meant something. And I kept that going in the third one by going and talking to him and telling him that I still cared about him in Mass Effect 3, and I kind of tried to leave the thing open with Kaiden, but every time I thought about, like, and we had that conversation, like, forever ago, where I initially did this, and I just wanted to punch him in the face. But, and he hasn't done it. He's not as endearing or engaging a character as it used to be. Like, in Mass Effect 1 and 2, it felt like he really grew as a character. Well, Mass Effect 1 especially, he really grew as a character. And in the beginning of Mass Effect 3, he was still this, like I was, like, looking forward to eventually, like, romancing him or whatever during this game. But he hasn't, like, changed at all. Maybe I just haven't given him a chance, but this is, like, 80 some odd episodes. And I mean, the person that I keep coming back to again and again is Thane, you know? So I don't think I can do that.
Surprised this place can still get supplies for a menu like this.
Maybe it's better if we don't ask how, or where.
I'm glad we're taking the time to do this. I could use a sanity check.
Things have been pretty crazy.
You know, my life flashed in front of my eyes on Mars. And there weren't enough moments like this with people I care about.
How are you feeling these days?
Feeling up to whatever the Reapers throw at me. And grateful that I convinced you to sit down for half a second and relax.
Yeah. I think it's a good time for us to have a heart-to-heart. What are you drinking?
If you're trying to butter me up, it might take a nice steak sandwich, too.
So?
Shot of whiskey and a good old Canadian lager. Think they have it?
More likely to have Batarian shard wine.
At my parents' place in Vancouver, drank more than a few beers on their balcony, looking over English
He's
Bay.
a good man.
Yeah. Beautiful view. You know what, though? I feel good about our chances.
Yeah?
Yeah. Lets me sleep better at night.
You not sleeping, Kaiden?
Maybe a little restless. The war isn't the only thing keeping me up at night. I wonder about us.
Us?
I understand why you cheated. But I still love you, Shepard. I want to understand what this is between us. And make it real. That's what I want. What do you want?
I do feel kind of bad. Because I know he's sincere. Above all, Kaiden is a sincere and honest person. But in a turn of events that actually very much surprises me, I don't think he's not the one for this character.
I'm sorry, Kaiden, but we should just keep it professional.
Right. Well, not the answer I was hoping for.
Times are complicated.
Oh, I understand. That's okay. So, when does that steak get here? Incidentally, you better be buying now.
What'd you call it? A sanity check?
Sanity check.
Well, that's a couple things off my chest, I guess. I need to go look at my ship. I need my ship. It's the one constant in my life, except for when, you know, Mass Effect 2.
Spectre status recognized. 1 moment, please.
But regardless, the Normandy is always there for me. And I've always got her back too. I do feel bad. I do, like, I feel bad, but I don't feel any regret about it. Like, I feel bad for, like, you know, he was obviously putting himself out there and being very sincere and honest.
Have you discovered a way to run FTL spaceships without it?
Shh. Quiet, I'm having a moment, okay?
Intel's expecting
She's beautiful, that's for sure. That is for sure. And this view is nothing to scoff at, that's for sure. It's a gorgeous game. And every time I see her, I just can't even handle it. Can't even handle how gorgeous she is. It's peaceful too, just like Presidium was, I mean, it's pretty, but it's kind of loud. This is peaceful. Taking a leaf out of Cortez's book, but even so, I think I would have come to see her after all this. Hey, Normandy. I got some messages from Thane, and we had a memorial service. A human tradition, apparently, but I think one that can cross cultures easily. But you know Kaiden, the one who's been around for a long time. I couldn't return his feelings. I still love Thane. He's still there with me. Not in a bad way, not in a hindering way, and maybe it is a hindering way, I don't know, but I don't feel chained down or lost or sad. I feel peaceful. There's pain at not being able to give Kaiden what he wants, but I've got someone waiting for me across the sea. And I will wait as long as it takes. And you can come too, baby girl. We'll have a little Normandy flying around. Ain't no problem. Oh, maybe we should... I was like, while we're here, there is the, the Volus up at the bank, but... I actually didn't want to go onto the Normandy. I wanted to try... I want to go finish or at least, you know, continue on the Leviathan, actually. But I think I'll call this episode here. I appreciate you guys for joining me. I know I get too sentimental. I think I looked back at the one where I was like bawling my eyes out when Thane died, and I was like, really, I couldn't cut some of that out. But at the time, it was like, this was my like raw emotional response, and I didn't. It seemed like not disgraceful, I don't know, but like cheap to like cut any of it out for the sake of like quote entertainment value. And it's like, I'm just playing these games the way I would regardless, you know? And so the moments of silence, the moments where I don't shut up, the moments where I get teary-eyed, or when I want to punch the screen, it's all there. And I almost feel like I can express it better by doing these recordings. I'm not just sitting here and going like every now and then like, I don't know, making a little facial expression or something. I can actually like, it's easier to like express what's going on. And maybe that's too much. Maybe maybe I shouldn't try to express it so much. But I don't have to try. It just happens. So, and that's what I like. Like, it's not something I have to force or something that I have to think back on and be like, oh yeah, I remember that game was really good. You wouldn't have known it by watching me, but, you know, I don't know, like, this, I feel like this is a nice outlet to be able to actually express, like, sort of physically, like, you can't see me, but I, like, move around a lot, and I, like, use my hands to talk, and, I don't know, now this talking part's getting long. But, I don't know, thank you guys for joining me for the memorial service, and, I don't know, it worked out having Cortez take me for a ride afterwards. Since we are in a very similar situation now. And it was good to hear Shepard say herself that she loved him and to see that she also shed tears for him. And I know, I honestly, at the beginning of Mass Effect 3, I thought I would be getting with Kaiden by the end. But it just feels like a betrayal almost. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I loved both men. Shepard loved both men at different times in her life, but Thane... That's the thing. Kaiden has a high bar, but Thane just completely vaulted up and over. Kept on going, you know? But I feel good. Like, I got a little teary-eyed, but it was good. I'm glad we were able to see that. I'm glad I was able to see that. And that Shepard was able to experience that. And that I was finally able to make a decision about Kaiden after what feels like years of dilly-dallying. But it just didn't feel right ever, so I figure if, you know, I haven't gotten together with him at this point, I shouldn't do it. So maybe that'll be a little bit boring of a run-through without a romance line going on, but we'll see. I think it's gonna be spectacular regardless. But anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.